Your dog walks over to you, sits down and just stares at you, not barking, not asking for food, just watching your face like it's the only thing in the room. And you look back at them and something passes between you that you can't quite name. You don't know exactly what they're feeling. You're not sure they know what you're feeling, but something is definitely happening. Scientists used to say dogs don't have real emotions, that what we were seeing was just behavior, just instinct, just programming. They were wrong. You've seen it 100 times. You pick up the leash, or you say a certain word, or you just walk through the front door after being gone for 3 hours, and your dog loses their mind. The spinning, the whining, the full body wiggle that starts at the nose and ends at the tail. That's not a performance. That's not a trick. That's joy pure, unfiltered, takes over your whole body joy. The kind humans feel maybe a handful of times in a decade. Here's what's happening inside. When your dog sees you, their brain releases oxytocin, the same bonding hormone humans release when they look at someone they love. Their dopamine spikes. Their heart rate goes up. They are, by every neurological measure, experiencing happiness. The difference between your dog's joy and yours isn't in the feeling. It's in the frequency. Your dog hasn't learned to ration it yet. In 2016, a study followed dogs who had lost a companion animal in the home. Over the following months, those dogs ate less. They slept more. They searched the house, sniffing corners, checking rooms, pausing at places their companion used to sleep. They weren't confused. They knew something was gone. They were looking for it anyway. Dogs grieve, not in the way we write poems about it or talk it through with someone, but in the body, in the searching, in the going quiet. If you've ever lost a dog and watched your other dog change afterward, more clingy, less playful, standing at the door, you already knew this. Science just caught up. Bring another dog into the room and pay attention to your first one. Or pull out your phone and stop giving them attention. Or just talk to someone else for too long. Watch what happens. They nudge their way in. They put their head on your lap. They park themselves directly between you and whatever has your attention. That's not coincidence. That's jealousy. A study out of UC San Diego found dogs would actively push away a stuffed dog if their owner was petting it. They weren't reacting to the object. They were reacting to the attention going somewhere that wasn't them. Jealousy requires something complicated, the ability to understand that you have a relationship with something, and that a third party is threatening it. Your dog has that. They've always had it. You come home. Something is wrong. The trash is scattered, or there's a hole where there wasn't one. And before you even see the damage, your dog is already doing it, ears flat, head low, tail tucked, eyes looking up at you in a very specific way that everyone who owns a dog recognizes immediately. The guilty look. Here's where it gets complicated. Researchers have tested this. They've set up situations where dogs were either innocent or guilty of eating a forbidden treat, and then had the owners react with either disappointment or neutrality. The guilty look appeared in response to the owner's tone, not the actual misdeed. A dog who did nothing wrong but got a disappointed owner showed the same expression as the dog who actually ate the treat. So is it guilt? Maybe not in the way we feel it. It might be something closer to I know you're unhappy, and I know it's connected to me, and I don't want that. Which, if you think about it, is not so different from guilt after all. This is the one that changes people when they really sit with it. Your dog knows when you're sad, not because you tell them, not because they've been trained to respond. They just know. The way they come and rest their head on your knee when you're crying. The way they stay closer when you've had a hard day. The way they seem to shrink and soften when the energy in the room gets heavy. Studies have confirmed this isn't coincidence. Dogs read human facial expressions. They preferentially approach people who are distressed. They match their energy to yours. One experiment found that dogs who heard their owner cry through a closed door were more likely to open it than dogs whose owners were humming quietly. They weren't just responding to sound. They were responding to meaning. Your dog doesn't just tolerate your emotions. They carry some of them with you, which brings us here. The one that started all of this. Your dog sitting across the room just watching your face. That specific stillness they have sometimes where they're not asking for anything, not reacting to anything, just being near you. And that being near you seems to be enough. 15,000 years ago, humans and wolves made an arrangement that changed both species forever. Dogs became something no other animal has become, genuinely oriented toward us, not dependent on us, not just domesticated, but interested in us, in our faces, our moods, our movements, our voices. What your dog feels when they look at you isn't a simplified version of what you feel when you look at them. It's something parallel to it. Something that developed alongside ours over thousands of years of choosing each other. You don't need a word for it. You already know what it is. Scientists have spent a long time telling us we were projecting, that we were seeing what we wanted to see in animals who were simply running programs. But the research kept coming back with the same answer. The emotions are real. The bonds are real. What passes between you and your dog when you look at each other, that's real too. You probably already knew that. You just needed someone to say it out loud.